wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Interviews. Today, we have a wonderful guest on today, someone whose work you are already familiar with if you've read any of my stories. So we've got the illustrator here who has done the majority of the illustrations for my Flying Sparks, the animation for the Flying Sparks universe, and a few Humans Are Weird illustrations. I've been working with her since close to 2012, I think, so over 10 years now. And I am going to let her introduce herself from here. So first off, please tell us your name and what you do.
Okay, thank you very much, Betty. Glad to see you, glad to hear you. Hello, everyone. My name is Yulia Zabelina. I'm a digital artist and animator, also known as artist ERA7 on DeviantArt and on ArtStation. So currently I'm 30 years old. So
Okay, so how long have you been doing art? When did you start?
well, all my life, but I have been working as a professional for more than 16 years. And yes, I received my first order for DeviantArt at the age of 14.
Okay, so you have done a lot of digital art for me, but I've noticed you also do traditional art, oil paintings. You were interviewed by a major television station for that recently. So which did you start first? Did you start with digital and move to traditional, or did you start with traditional and move to digital, or was it both at the same time?
Well, I'm mostly like a generalist and can work with almost anything, any mediums, traditional, digital, and etc. But mostly I do digital illustrations, 3D models, and animation. And I plan to create my own animated series and try myself as a game developer, well, in the near future.
A game developer.
Yes,
Would you
game.
be working on developing just the art and the animation, or would you be actually writing the
Fall,
game?
fall game developer. So I would like to try myself as a fall game developer to create my own little games. I don't plan to do a big projects because they requires too much time and many skills. So something small I already done in the past, but it was already more than 10 or 15 years ago. So,
Sorry
so
about
I
that.
have a
I
small
forgot
experience.
what
Mm.
my devices were all doing. Okay. Okay. So that's very interesting. So now I'd like to just kind of screen share. Yeah, we met on DeviantArt. I had a piece of artwork that I wanted you to do for me. You did an amazing job. You were just, I remember you were just starting with a new style and you asked if you could experiment with it. And I said yes. And it took a while, but the results were amazing. But tell us about this piece of art. This is the first piece of art on your featured page on DeviantArt, so you seem to value it.
Adios.
Adios.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is the first piece of art on your DeviantArt page. First off, what medium is this?
sorry.
Yeah.
May you repeat again?
Okay, so can you see the what I'm screen
Yes,
sharing?
yes, I see what I see my Crimson Dragon got wallpaper currently.
Yes. Okay, so this is the first piece that someone would find on your DeviantArt page. So tell us, what medium is it? How did you create this?
Oh, it's a screenshot from file sorry, and from animated short movie commission project which I made for one client 2 weeks ago.
Okay. How long did that take you? to animate
Oh,
that?
very long, very long. Well, usually such projects should take about 1 month or several weeks, 2, 3. But I had many problems. Oh, sorry, yeah, little kitty. Uh, I
Okay.
had some problems just with him in technical side, but I everything fixed. So you may see finished and a fully clear version.
Okay.
It's one
Okay.
of the most difficult projects. Yes, I made all CG graphics for this skin, uh, background, animation, 3D effects, everything. And made also sound design. And my friend from Canada, Alex Kurilov, he wrote the music for this character.
Okay.
Well, sometimes
Is,
we works together.
is there any one part of the process that you find particularly more challenging than the others? What is the
Uh,
hardest part of creating an
yes.
animation like this?
Modeling to create the creation of right topology and the right 3D model for animation, because it's so much important that I can describe it. It's very important, because if the model was made not correctly, the final animation can look weird. So it's
Yes.
one of the most
So a
understand.
question.
Yes. Okay.
I understand that there are two parts of the model, the actual physical pieces, the shape,
Yes.
and then how they are rigged, the rigging. So
How
are you
they
talking more
was
about
rigged,
making the right shape or applying the rigging to the shape?
and both, I think, both sides,
Okay.
both things. Yes.
All right. Thank you. And so this is the latest one that you did for me, Night Watch.
Yes.
This is from one of my stories.
This part
Eh,
was the most difficult. Yes. The running cycle. I remade it several times.
Yeah. You told me that one particularly difficult part was
Yes, yes, yes.
getting my alien, because this is an alien creature. There is no animal on Earth that moves like this. You had
Yes.
to fabricate the rigging and the model entirely from scratch, which I found very impressive. And
Thank you.
you said that there was something particularly difficult about the shoulder spikes that I asked for.
Yes, yes, I you have no idea how it was hard to animate it. And I already got some ideas how I can improve it. So if we will make some more animations with him, he will look much better. It's just the first model, and you never know how it may work in animation before you will test it. So you need to create it first, then make a rigging system, try to move his parts, move his body, and only then on test animations you will see what should be improved, what can be fixed, and etc.
Okay. So what this does not look like a screenshot like the others. So what can you tell us about Night Cry?
it's a simple spit paint work. Nothing serious.
Simple,
Took
she
about
calls it.
several.
You've got a fantastic dragon on a mountain, and she just calls it
Uh,
simple. Okay, so speed paint. Can you describe what does speed paint mean? What is involved in that?
well, you know, first of all, it was commission work, a small commission work. So uh, at the first time I tried to make him throughout 3D, as I usually do. I just loved 3D. And I made some test renders with him. You may see his wings are pretty accurate, right? Accurate?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, so the wings and the main body was created and based on 3D model. And the background, rocks, and other things include the tail, some details on him. I painted manually.
Okay, so you painted the details manual. So you started
Yes, everything,
with a
everything
3D
from zero.
model, and
Yes,
then you painted over it.
yes.
Very,
You could see it on previous work. It was GIF animation. How I made a cry, night cry. Yes, this one. So you can see a 3D model.
excellent. Okay, now this one, from following your work, I know that this was a commission. What was it, for a book or a game?
From a French publisher. Yeah, I have a problems with pronunciation of its name. Sorry.
So it was a story about these boys in
About
the
dragons.
city.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I got
Okay.
a request from them just to remake to make a French version of the cover.
Yeah, many books, when they're published in a different country, will have a different cover.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is traditional oil painting.
Okay. So tell us about traditional oil paintings. Do you have a preferred type of paint to work with? Or do you just get whatever is being sold at the local store?
You know, I don't do much oil paintings. Usually I use digital painting for working just because oil painting, yes, it's harder. And the oil paintings are can be more expensive, just the materials. I mean,
Yeah.
I made only several paintings in traditional style. So this, the current one, Jacarius, is the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
You may see in descriptions the size there on the internet. It took me about 2 weeks to finish him. I remade him many times, um, more than 10 times, I think, because the forest hunter, sorry, forgot the right word. The composition is a bit hard to repeat in traditional style. It's not 3D. You can't use Control Z on your board.
Yes, I believe for oil painting, you actually have to take a knife and scrape away anything you don't like.
Yes. It's not Photoshop. It's not not Procreate. It's much difficult. So it
Yeah.
was a challenge for me, a big challenge. But as you can see, I made it. I made him. Well, I think it's a pretty nice picture, and it
Yeah,
was
it is very large, I think.
yes, yes.
Really large.
It's just my first work. I have other two. Well, one was sold very fast, and the very first there was just black and white apple.
Okay. So, all right, we've gotten through most of question 2. Okay, so many artists talk about who their inspiration was. For instance, when I write, I'm heavily inspired by C.S. Lewis, Tolstoy, and the other great authors, Lucy Maud Montgomery from Canada, and of course, Agatha Christie. So who were your inspirations? Who influenced you?
I, I have a lot of inspiration artists. Let me make a small pause. Sorry. It's number 3 question, right?
Yes. And question 3, 4, and 5 kind of go together. So I'd be very hard pressed to pick a favorite author who inspired me. So I kind of made those sub questions. So 3 is more general. Just can you tell us about 1 or 2 artists who inspired you?
Oh, my biggest inspiration is Greg Rutkovsky. He's my mentor, and he inspired me to try digital oil painting several years ago, and it was just something which changed all my life. I would say so.
Yes. What does he do? That artist.
I can show you his gallery. He's very famous artist in the world. One of the most famous.
You should be able
Greg
to screen
Rutkovsky.
share.
Yes, I
You want
can
to?
send a link on
Okay.
him. Let me find him. Sometimes talking via Facebook. He's very kind man. I could tell about him many, many, many things. But if shortly, he is well, for me, he is number 1 artist in fantasy, in digital painting. I have a lot of mentors, but he is my favorite just. Yes. He made a lot of art for games, for D&D projects, for, yes, for Lineage. Also, he do traditional paintings, a lot of them.
He has a very wide range.
Yes. And very impressive style.
Yes. Yeah. Ah, fascinating.
Yes.
These are very different pictures, but they are distinctly by the same artist. He has a very distinct style, as you said.
Yes. So he opened for me a new world, just a world of oil paintings. And he inspired me to try a traditional oil painting too. So we can continue, right?
Okay, so yes, you said you were posting on, you've already answered the next question. You've been posting on DeviantArt since you were 14.
Number 6,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, so you've already done number 6. So let's look at
Okay.
number 7, question number 7.
7,
So
not 6.
yeah, well, you already answered 6 earlier.
Already? No, I just well, your
When
question
you
6
started
about
posting on
when
DeviantArt.
I start. But it's well, actually I started to post my works on DeviantArt in 2007, not later.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
okay. Interesting.
much earlier.
Yes. All right. So question 7.
Number 7.
What do you consider to be your biggest project? Either the one that earned you the most money or made you the most famous. So what is the biggest thing you've done so far?
I will tell you several of such projects. Well, my biggest order was a series project for game developer from Singapore. It was a card online game. Can tell you the right. Can tell you how it's called. I just don't know myself. But he paid me $10,000 for all work. It was a lot of time ago, about 10 years, no, 9 years, sorry. And among other commercial projects, I can name the Battle Dragon series, as they are most bigger projects too, as book covers. I designed all covers for all three books, and they sold well, as the publisher told me. They were originally released in the US and English, and will be available in French in Europe in the next month. Then I can mention a successful collaboration with the big film studio, which bought up almost all my space textures and backgrounds and released a set of effects for the film industry. Another significant collaboration was the work for the anime series, which called Art Wars. It will be presented for Netflix and Amazon in the future, but I don't know when. I know for sure that an animator from Netflix itself and the person who worked on One Piece are working on it too. The series itself is produced by my very good friend, colleague and mentor Mark Diaz from 2D Animation. Otherwise, in short, my works with classic dragons and spaceships are very popular already. And precisely in the style of digital painting. They get crazy millions of views all over the internet, on YouTube especially. And well, I hope that someday my short films will have the same amount of views.
Excellent. It sounds like you are building up your career there very nicely.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Okay. So do you have a favorite project? Something that to you was just a joy to work on?
Well, it's difficult for me to single out
Yes, I know.
just one thing. Yes, there are very many. There are a lot of them. If we talk about projects which I made for our people, for clients, and just for people, then it is God of War and Crimson Dragon Gun, of course, which you already saw. First of all, because they are most complex and spectacular projects in my gallery. It's always cool when dragons breathe fire, and I just love moments like that. If we talk about the personal projects, then one of the most my beloved and difficult is the illustration Emergency with my character from Spiritus. I would like to show him if it's
Okay.
possible, or let me. I give
Yeah, but
you.
first, before we go too further, I want to show God of Void.
Yes.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna pull that up really quick. This is a truly impressive work. Okay, so which one did you want to show?
I already sent you a link
Okay,
in
oh,
chat.
there it is. Ah, I actually had this pulled up, the rough draft you sent me, pulled up for this.
Yes,
For the next one.
it's my character, one of the most favorite from personal project. His name is
So,
Raditz in Russian. Yes,
yeah, I was going to ask you to tell us about Spiritus.
yes. Well, Raditz in Russian, or Raditz in English, or just Max. And he belongs to a race of space dragons called Spirituses. He's a very advanced engineer by profession, whose goal is to become one of the best engineers in all known space. I hope to do a lot of animations with him this year and improve the quality of his visualization.
Okay.
There are a lot of things that connect.
Pause.
Sorry.
Could you please give us a concept of how big he is? You say he's a space dragon.
How big?
Yes.
Oh, I
if there were
sent
a
you
human
some
on the
files.
screen, how small would the human? Okay, all right.
I can tell you. I have a reference with him. Give me a little time. I will send you to. I have it on the WinChart. Just need to find him.
Yeah, the files you sent me have many references.
Okay, I found him, and let me give you. Let me send you. Okay, send.
Yeah, I remember I've been very interested in this. And do you love awesome science fiction books? Of course you do. If you check out the links below the video, you can get yourself a copy of Comedy or Tragedy. Humans Are Weird. I have the data. Humans Are Weird. We took a vote, and Humans Are Weird. Let's Work It Out are the 3 comedy short story books available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo by Rakuten, Google Play. There's even some copies at Powell's Books, the famous used bookstore in Portland, Oregon. Dying Embers, dragons, aliens, and things that go boom in the night, and soon Flying Sparks. More dramatic, traditional science fiction novels are also available at Amazon. Flying Sparks is still on the pre-order page. If you want a copy, you can email me by contacting the website to pre-order yourself a copy. It's still being edited. So check out the links below the video to get yourself a copy of some wonderful science fiction.